Hey, yo, Mike. I say, yo, Mike, the white boy don't know shit, Mike. All right, look, I'm gonna be nice. But look, I'm serious. This is very, 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 very important.
Message!
I have to wake my people up, man. And it's no offense, because I know that, I talk to everybody on this page. And I welcome all people. I don't care. I can hear some people like, oh, yeah, I think the light show's racist. That is impossible. I could never be racist in my life. That would be the dumbest shit I ever heard. But what I can say is this. Paleface has no mojo. Okay, he never has it. He never will. But he has something else that he's really, really good at, and I need my people to start learning this. Because if they don't, you're gonna be just like him, having to deal with the
He wants you too, Malachi. He wants you too.
I know how my people act like there's not a time for them too. You guys only have a certain amount of time too. You know what I mean? Because you got tricked by someone with no mojo. And it's like, think about it. I'm not talking about before it's like cracks the clouds and you're like, no. Remember, this country's 35 trillion in debt. They're moving in other people galore. They have not gave you any reparations. They don't look like they plan on it. They have random cops shooting you in your face. Nobody gives a damn. Come on, cuz. Like, it really is time for y'all to start thinking. And stop acting so damn silly. But whatever. We're about to get this shit started. Let's go. Now, the funny thing is, I'm not even upset at what people think. I'm really not. It just goes to, it shows itself. Like this. All right. Now, I personally don't have an issue with any group of people on earth. I know we're all here for a certain amount of time. I know that eventually we all got to hit the ground and, transition on. So I want everybody to know that life you're supposed to be doing. I'm not saying that. My argument comes in when, like, okay, look, I work in a certain line of work. Okay. It's distribution. You know what I'm saying? Food distribution. But it's not, like I said, I'm not a McDonald's or something like that, bro. Like, I deal with bulk. So I go different places and I see a lot of different things. These towns, these little ass towns, there be nothing but white people and everybody's like, oh, see, they racist. They move themselves away from everybody because they racist. They don't want to be around anybody. They treat people bad. You know what I'm saying? They racist. That's why they way out there. Don't go out there, they'll hang you. All this different stuff. I go out to these type of places all the time, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you might have some type of racism, but for the most part, they pretty cool out there. In all these little hidden areas, they not like y'all think, bro. It's not like y'all think. So I'm saying that because the real reason that they're all out there, we be thinking it's because they want to get away from us. That's not true. they're actually doing a lot of weird things in these little ass towns. For one, they're hiding all their disabled kids. Even if PF don't want to admit it, a lot of his children come out messed up, be all deformed and stuff. So that's one reason that they're out there. Now I know you're like, well, what does that have to do with Has No Mojo? That's one of their tricks. One of their tricks is putting their best creme de la creme in front of everybody and hiding their fuck ups. So you think that Miss Charlie is just super perfect, when in the truth, that's far from reality. The other magic trick, well, the other fake mojo that they use is when they recruit these immigrants. These immigrants ain't met nobody else. They just meet them. They're the ones who are bringing them in. Only thing an immigrant knows about you is what they see on TV. That's it. And since they're not making any, based on a true story about all your patents and stuff, the only thing they can go off of is entertainment. They got sports, they can see you can jump really high, and you can shoot a ball, and you can box, and all. But all foreigners know us from is the minstrel show. That's all they know is the entertainment. They see Mr. Charlie out there. He always make himself the hero. He puts himself, in the commercials for, the best jobs, Mary Kay, he's buying his girl diamonds. Like, they make themselves, this is their mojo. Their mojo is to lie. That's what I'm saying. That's how they make, that's their magic. Their magic is lying, is making up shit. That's their magic. Now, I know people are like, well, how can you confirm that? Have you guys seen any of these TikTok ghost stories? Just go watch them. And then I want you to think about alien abductions. And then I want you to think about scary stories. And then I want you to think about campfire tales. And then I want you to put it all together and realize something. Wait a minute. This is how this fool works. This fool, he spellcasts people. You know what I'm saying? He makes up stories that you illuminate in your head. You bring light to them. And then you make them real. You know what I'm saying? Bloody Mary. That's not based on no fucking dead woman coming out the mirror. Bloody Mary is based on a European queen who had a lot of bodies on her hands. That's where that really comes from. Nobody told you that. White noise and EWP or whatever the fuck they call that shit. Bruh, if you notice, it's nothing but white people. Why is the ghost hunters always white people? Why is it the ghosts want to interact with them? Why would if they took over rulership from ex-rulers, why would they want to talk to them? And then why is it always some modern ghost that comes back to them? Why is the house haunted? Why is not the land haunted? The whole fucking land for miles. There's nothing but dead Indians here, bro. It's just haunted grounds. Why would that not be? Oh, there is sacred Indian burial grounds. Bro, the whole country was theirs. All the land was theirs. So how are you going to tell me what burial ground got mowed over, plowed over? How could you say that? Like, the Trail of Tears, they moved people. So they dug up the dead bodies and moved them too? Come on, bro. That doesn't make any sense. So, like I said, why is it only white ghosts that you see? Why are ghosts even white? Why are they representing? Like, what are they talking about? This is that spookism shit. Just like the Bible. You got people talking about, like I've already checkmated both of them. I've already shown you that the German Jew is from the synagogue of Satan. They're not even no real Jews. And I've already proved to you that the American Negro can't be the fucking Jew that was brought to Egypt, because this is not Egypt. If you listen to them, they don't know where they are. They'll say this is Egypt. They'll say this is Babylon. They'll say this is modern Rome. It's like, you can't listen to crazy people. But how did the Hebrews get crazy? Listening to this fucking white dude. They're the ones who gave them the information. So I want to know something. Is it that blacks are in? Let me say that again. Let me say it differently. Is it true that these melanated Americans that were here before any immigration, is it true that they're just, they just can't get it? They're just not smart people. You know what I'm saying? Is that the case, truthfully? Or do they really have hidden things that nobody's talking about? Nobody's admitted that's there. And they stay lying like that these people didn't make. See, that's my thing. And that will always be my thing. If we had no substance, if there was truthfully nothing there, I wouldn't even talk about this. I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't even care. I really wouldn't. If it had no effect on anybody's life, especially mine or my folks, why would I care? I wouldn't give a damn at all. But for the country to be 35 trillion in debt and them still playing the lotto, for the country to be 35 trillion in debt and they haven't like locked law, they got martial law, they got all different types, for them not to lock the law down, and for them to be more frugal, so frugal that it's gotten all the way to the Olympics where a female literally gets beat up by a guy in the ring. Nobody says anything. Nobody says nothing. Everybody just lets it rock. That's wild. Girl stepped down crying, all different type shit. Why? Because PF don't have no mojo. And I know y'all like, well, what's that got to do with it? Man, that has everything to do with it, because you're the protector of women on earth. If we're going to go with the real script and the real business of the planet Earth, there are countless white women who have already admitted it. The nicest man they have ever been with was a black man. All of them said. I've even heard white female comedians admit that shit. She's like, the nicest date or relationship I've ever been in was with a black man. They know how to cater to a woman. Okay. Now, I can hear a lot of people right now, oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all females be talking about that. Correct. I give you that. But why? Because they went to a program called feminism. You know what I'm saying? The women who are saying, the white women that are saying that about black men, obviously they're not feminists, because they wouldn't even have slept with him. They wouldn't remember men are dogs. They would have been on that type of shit. So that's why that is. But I'm not bragging about this asleep fool. Hell no, I'm trying to wake him up to realizing the white guy has no mojo, bro. You don't think they been knew Kamala Harris, in these uppity crowds and parties, she's not claiming to be no black woman. She Indian all day in that room. Everybody know that. Then you could just peep her background, bro. You don't see any black people in her family. That's the craziest stuff on earth. How you gonna call somebody black and there's no black people around? There's no black people in her family. Her dad's side has slavery in it, but it's the other way around. They weren't slaves. They were slave masters. That's their bloodline. Their bloodline is slave masters. Okay. So why would Joe Biden pick her? See, we try to argue for her. We try to bring up, oh, she called Joe Biden a racist. No, she didn't. When you play the tape back, she said, I don't believe you're a racist. But when you were talking about the integrated school buses and all that stuff, one of them little girls, that was me. That was some boule shit for your ass. That was beautifully done. That was beautifully done because it put black people in a loop where we thought, oh, she was kicking it for us. No, she wasn't. He knows her slave master background, just like she knows his slave master background. Just like Obama's mama's slave master background. Just like his continental African daddy's slave master background. See? Trump's the only one that don't have no bloodline in slavery. That's weird, but that's odd, but it's true. So PF don't have no mojo. He don't have no mojo. The mojo is giving someone a negative and making them follow it as if it's a positive. That's what happened to our group. Nobody can deny it. They went from suit and ties to gangs and lies. They went from making cities to feeling pity. They went from, genius to victim. It's like, look at it. So what am I really saying by PF ain't got no mojo? What am I really saying? I'm saying it's all spells, like it's always been. It's always going to be what it is, even if y'all don't want to admit it. It's spellcasting. That's how you get a person's brain. You get a person's brain by filling it up with something. Your mind is a computer, so what you soak in, that's what you'll be. So why was black so radical back in the day to fight the system, like fight against the government, fight the police, do all types of shit, set up the police? Your whole Assata Shakur shot the police. Tupac shot at the police. All those revolutionary rappers and shit, talking about killing pigs and all that different stuff. All I'm trying to show y'all is the spell, the magic that they're using it's not magic, bro. It's spellcasting. The true alchemy, turning lead into gold, that was you. You know that because they gave you nothing. They left you in the wasteland and you made so much. Now you got the Thomas Sowell situation up north, small group of blacks that advanced as well. Okay, that's true. But even you today, the white guy didn't invent the crossover. He didn't invent the slam dunk. Why are you always innovating and elevating things if you're not the true light being on earth? Why do you keep making things better when you do it right? You can make things worse, trust me, because everything works in both ways, flip the coin. And we see that. So with all this technology and all this power today and all this reach, how is it not that this time, if we flip the coin, we wouldn't dominate everything to the point where there is no plan to worry about? We don't have none of that to worry about. They would have had to have put a spell on us to make us implode, hate ourselves, fight ourselves, create these little oppositions called gangs and make us argue with each other. See, this video is going out to the people that say it's the system, it's the government, it's a distraction. They trying to get us. They out for black people. This is for them. They're not out for us. We're out for us because they put us in a spell to be out for ourselves, to kill ourselves, to implode. Like I told you, when you go to these little towns, bro, you'll see all these foreigners kicking it with the white people. But you in the projects, you kick it with these foreigners, not even realizing once they get up, that's where they want to be. They don't want to be around you. They're just around you because these are, broke foreigners for a time. Doesn't mean they're always gonna be broke. But, and I'm not saying knock them. That's not what I'm saying. You can't be knocking someone else just by bettering yourself or yourselves. You can't say that. You can't be like, oh, because you care about your group first, and then when you got, room to help others, you help others. That makes you wrong. First rule of life is self-preservation. Okay, that would mean alikes. Nah, everybody's not the same off skin color, but you should want the group, the motive of the group to do good. You should want your group to do good. Makes sense. We can do that once we realize that PF ain't got no mojo. They don't. Like, it's not being rude. It's a psychological game. You could say chemical warfare, but it's deeper than that. We talking about the chemicals in your body, the chemical unbalancedness that's going on. And it doesn't even have to be because of drugs. It could literally just be because of your cognitiveness on what is. They put this story out. They the one who started this, kick about their religion and the way that they look at things and the way that they're doing it. 35 trillion in debt. Whoever is supposed to be the righteous one in their group, they're obviously not letting speak because we're doing bad. And then you see all the stuff that's going on Earth. Hence why I'm showing the picture. PF ain't got no magic. He just got a lot of lies and tricks and pranks. Just like the clams did. It's funny. Like I said, I just want to let people know there's no magic going on. There's no clouds that are going to crack. Nah. This is a different game. He's clouded the movement of standing tall and moving, in a positive, righteous form, and turned it about clout and celebritism. And people see these little pennies that these people have, not realizing the whole unit's about to fall. So even if you just made it out on your own, you can't take all your family with you. That would have to be upon your credentials or credit, of what you do. Some of them are up, but most of them, come on, they ain't got no money like that. Okay, and then you have to think about the people that fund these events. Like, bro, yeah, there's millions of dollars that go into it, and yeah, there's prime time athletes, but bro, you have to fill the seats up. There's no point of people promoting and advertising and doing all that, and the fighters are top tier if the stands are empty. That's the whole point. See, that's the whole point. Give them bread and take them to the to the arena, Roman circus. You know what I'm saying? Take them to the circus, give them bread, take them to the circus. Okay, use that in modern time. What is bread? Money. Give them money and send them to the circus. Okay, so y'all go to work for this money. And then what they do, they send you to the circus, whether it's the mall, the baseball game, the football game, the concert, the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you peep the game, peep the knowledge. But I'm not saying you can't enjoy those. Rome wasn't built in a day. And there's a lot of fucking deep science and the studies and liberal arts and all that anyway. But I want us to just recognize facts. PF ain't got no mojo, man. So y'all got to stop giving them that. Y'all got to stop acting like, excuse me, there's some boogeyman. Nah, the boogeyman is us believing in the boogeyman. That's the bull. That's it. That's it right there. That's the fact. You know what I'm saying? You can't know that it's unity and group effort that makes triumph and then scatter out and make these little cliques and crews and argue with each other and act like everybody better because a little clout and a little money. That's the dumb game he put us in. Meanwhile, he got men beating up the women. He got men going to female bathrooms. He got men in drag reading to the children. He got children taking puberty blockers. He got children suicidal. He got children augmenting and mutilating themselves. The situation is crazy. So I'm gonna end it like this. At the end of the day, use your times to gather up your wisdom and realize something. Paleface ain't got no mojo. It's just a bunch of talk. It's all on how you take the spells. And as far as the historical spell, I'm here to let y'all know something. There are so many footnotes and breadcrumbs that are just there that you guys don't really have to keep beating yourselves in the head proving certain points. But keep studying and keep researching because nobody knows everything and there's always something new to learn. You learn something new every day. Peace and blessings. One love. We're here to help the ladies, man, to protect them. We know we can't get them to listen, but something's got to change with the situation about being the women as men and beating the women as men. Something has to change because that's very cryptic. That these people want to beat women in their sports. They want to physically beat women. They want to dress like women. Like, this is weird. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting a little out of hand. Go. PF ain't got no mojo. Paleface ain't got no fucking magic.